Whitmarsh doing another CEO interview. This time, somebody different, and the theme's a little different, but it'll definitely be good for you marketing folks out there. So I have Melanie Kennedy, who's the founder of Strategic Media. So we had a quick conversation before we started doing the record here, and I thanked Melanie because she was responsible for paying my mortgage when she was with Successfactors. They're doing media buys for Successfactors probably 20 years ago, I think. And well, no, maybe not that long. So we'll say at least 12 years. But and fortunately, we had some good things going and they had a lot of budget. So very thankful for that. So thanks for jumping on, Melanie.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
Yeah, so I thought this would be interesting just to have a quick conversation. I know you're very versed in the HR space as well as other spaces, but and really maybe you can just describe what it is, some of the sectors that you're comfortable in, and how you work with people, and why they want to bring a service like yours in-house.
Absolutely. So we are 25 years strong now. I've personally been in the business for over 30 years, 35 years. We work in all things media, advertising media, planning, buying, strategy. The reason why we're called strategic media is we pride ourselves on taking a very strategic approach to a client's business and being a partner and extension of their marketing team from a media and advertising perspective. Our method or methodology, I should say, is very detailed. We have a step-by-step process that we work with, particularly for new clients, where we do a complete briefing. We learn about their business. We provide different options and strategies. We then go into plans and negotiate. And with our media partners, we have hundreds and hundreds of media partners we've been working with, a lot of buying clout, a lot in digital, but also in traditional media. Globally, we work with clients that are not only in North America, but are throughout EMEA, EMEA, and Asia Pac. We work both in English and local languages in terms of advertising creative. We don't do creative services, but we do have partners that do creative services. And our sectors are really run the gamut of everything from technology. We do a lot of tech and software currently, but we also do a lot of mostly B2B, business. We do a lot of financial services, IT security, anything really under an IT umbrella. We also do HR, as Dave mentioned. We've done quite a bit in HR space, marketing, analytics, as in, companies that have analytics products or marketing products. We're working now in the climate space with a client, which is very exciting project and effort that we're putting together. We work a lot in cloud security, basically, cloud software, CRM, ed tech, education, basically across the board. And from an industry perspective, as the previous agency for Salesforce industry marketing, we worked across all industries, from financial services to healthcare to retail, energy, communications, you name it. So a lot of industry marketing, direct partnerships, as well as different media around paid, so pay-per-click media, social search. We have an SEO manager as well if you need help with SEO. And we do all event marketing, traditional as well as digital marketing around events and conferences. And we have a lot of great case studies that we can share at some point.
Yeah, interesting. So really, if you And one of the things that I thought would be fun about having this conversation is because I imagine there's a few folks that are listening that are, hit that level in their company size or growth, or maybe they got a series of funding or a round of funding or something, and a certain percentage of it has to go to sales and marketing. And you just might not have the staff. You just might not have the knowledge. You might not have the connections. And so I thought, hey, it's a time of year where people are looking to plan for the next year, and let's bring somebody into a conversation that might be able to help you. And so you heard all the things that strategic media can do, and really more than anything, it's just bringing, I hate to say this because we're both getting older, but 30 years of expertise in a particular space, so you know what works and you know where to go, and often, avoiding some of those minefields that exist out there that can soak up budget and time can ultimately just get you to profitability faster or increase your sales quicker. So sometimes it's nice to have a strategic advisor, in your back pocket that can help you. And so I thought that I know I've always had pleasant experiences dealing with Melanie, and I reached out to see if she had anything, in the HR right now, and she didn't, but I've worked with her in a number of HR projects over the years, and always enjoyed working with her and her team, and thought that there's a few folks that when I sat back, and one of my goals is to help people make their life easier, and I thought that this would be a logical conversation for some, probably a very limited audience, granted out of everybody that I generally speak to, but if we can help somebody out, then that's good. And so how did you even get into this space?
Yeah. So many years ago, I was working at large agencies, started at Chiat Day, which was Goldberg, Mosier O'Neill, then went to Publicis and also worked at the Clorox company in packaged goods. A lot of different, a lot of different experiences, mostly on the agency side. And then I decided I wanted to be independent. So I started out as an independent contractor. I wanted to have more time at home with my family, and was commuting. I lived kind of a little far from San Francisco, so the commute was really starting to drag me down. Um, so I started my own business, and I actually got busier than I was with these larger companies. And one of the things that I found was that there was a need for companies that couldn't necessarily hire a full-fledged agency, but wanted more of a consultant, wanted more of sort of a pilot program, or just wanted to not have to invest so heavily in advertising, but wanted to start out. So our minimums, we do have minimums, but they are lower than a lot of larger agencies. And I also found that helping companies that are looking for the A team, looking for people that have been in the industry for many years. The one thing about our company is everybody that work with me has been doing media for over 15, 20 years. So we're all
Wow.
not junior. And what I found was when I was working at these larger agencies and corporations, they their agencies were prioritizing the larger accounts, and the smaller accounts or budgets, clients with smaller budgets would kind of get sort of given to sort of the more junior team. So
Mhm.
I didn't feel as if they got, and I was working on some smaller campaigns, for instance, for Cisco, and I found that I didn't get as much agency attention. So that seemed like a real need in the industry. Also offering, sort of that sort of flexibility for contractors that I work with to work at home, because we're a virtual company. We don't have an office per se, and we're all over basically we have people everywhere. So yeah, that was kind of my primary intent for opening up this agency of mine. And
So,
it took off. I was very happy about it.
so what would be like, so if I'm in, marketing or running a company right now, what would be some key red flags that might be going on that would make sense to have a conversation with you?
Well, particularly if you are in a position, demand generation position, where you're finding that you're bringing in prospects, leads. This is one example, and those leads aren't converting for you. This is where a strategic eye would help, also aligning closer with your sales teams, your BDRs, looking at your waterfall and your pipeline and seeing where the holes are. If there's areas where that need to be addressed, looking at your account list, your
Hmm.
ABM efforts, and seeing if there are ways that we can do some segmentation. We can align certain accounts that are in different buying stages with different types of content, targeting different personas, looking at AI specifically around intent. I mean, intent is no longer a new word. AI is no longer a new word in this space, but we have been finding some really cool tools that we apply to our campaigns that we fund for the client. And, in terms of everything from lead automation to identifying your best ICP filters and mix of accounts and content for, the best overall consolidated and strategic efforts.
Cool. Yeah. Well, so anybody that's listening to this, there's many things you can talk to Melanie about. She'll provide me all the information that she wants and how to reach her and get a hold of her and contact. And like I said, I've always had positive experience. So I can give somewhat of a recommendation to that at least. And we'll see if you need some help, and reach out, ask some questions, have a conversation, and take a big load off your shoulders, going into 2025, or potentially take a big load off your shoulders going into 2025.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to help out and at least explore how we can help and go through our tech, capabilities presentation that we have anytime, and at least talk through any needs that folks listening might have. We do have a website which has some case studies and has some information about our buying process, planning and buying process, and that's strategicmediallc.net.
.net. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Okay. Um, Appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
Sounds great. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.